Well, hi Cancers, welcome to Universal Guidance. It's time for your weekly reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them just a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of your reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So Cancers, let's find out what you can expect coming up in your life. For Cancers. These readings don't usually go out more than 6 months, so if it hasn't happened by 6 months, it's not probably going to. If it doesn't sound like your reading, it probably isn't your reading. I would check your moon sign, which is your emotional side. If it sounds like your reading, it probably is your reading. So, Cancers, the overall energy of this reading, 6 of Wands. Success. That's awesome. Now, success in what exactly? It can be an engagement. It can be about love. Let's read on. Let's find out why success, which is wonderful, surrounds your entire reading. Up here in your highest energy, you've had your eye on a pentacle. You've had your eye on stability and security, groundedness. So the Page of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands are the two highest energy cards in your reading. It was becoming a burden. You were carrying a burden here. I mean, it's right between these two cards. But the good thing about the 10 of Wands is you can only carry that load for so long before you have to drop wands. And that's great. So it seems to me that you have success over a burden that you've been carrying about commitment. And I think it's about commitment, and I think you end up in a commitment coming up here down the road. I have the Knight of Cups right next to that 10 of Wands. So someone has come forward and offered you a love offer, or they're going to. This is sincere. There's nothing in that cup but room for love. This is a very sincere love offer. It becomes a burden because of commitment. So that's why I think you already know this person. I think you're already in a relationship, and I think the commitment has not been coming along, and has been creating a burden on your shoulders, like it'll never happen. Under the Page of Pentacles is the Page of Swords. Yeah, your guard is up. You're not swinging the sword. Your guard is just up. And you're becoming more and more aware of truths and clarity. And that is about the pentacle, and it is about the commitment, the engagement, or whatever you want to call it. It's how other people celebrate your success in love here. On the other side of the 6 of Wands, is the Page of Wands. So, under that Knight of Cups, it looks like you actually come out. I mean, it got so heavy. It was brewing from the bottom of your feet, and it actually comes out your mouth about this fresh start, this new beginning you're hanging on to here, this staff. It's about the pentacle. And you have this conversation that you can't keep inside any longer with this person who offered you that sincere cup of love. Like, is this ever going to become committed or more grounded, this relationship? Under the Page of Swords, the Hierophant, this is what you're on guard about. It's like, okay, this is the card for Taurus. Taurus might be strong in your chart, might be strong around this reading someplace. But this is about traditional values, traditional morals. It's very spiritual. It represents marriage in a lot of cases. So you're on guard. You're on guard about whether or not this will ever happen, the commitment. And you're looking for truth. You're looking for clarity now. You're hyper aware of what's going on. This Hierophant is sitting right next to the Devil card. It's actually becoming toxic, this relationship, because it's not moving forward. And I really feel like you have this huge need to advance this relationship in one manner, in one way or another. So, this is the card for Capricorn only because of the horns, the ram's horns. The energy is toxic though. It's like being bound to somebody that you don't want to be bound to. And I think that's what you're getting on your mind, is like if they're never going to have to commit to you, I think that you're going to feel toxic. It's going to be toxic because you're going to feel tied to somebody that you don't want to be tied to anymore. So you come out with it, okay? And you have this discussion about moving forward. And then I have the World card right next to this toxic energy, which, not this commitment that doesn't seem to be coming forward because you're carrying this heavy burden here. I have a new life cycle under this Page of Wands. I feel like this coming out with what's on your mind really helps to make this new life cycle come into your life. I'm trying to think of the right word for it. Manifest, okay? To manifest this new life cycle coming in. Now I'm looking at the Devil card again. And it's waving goodbye. So I think things are getting worked out because you bring up what's been bothering you. That Devil energy, that hand is waving goodbye. So let's take out the second part of this reading. Let's find out what else comes of this. What else do you need to know, Cancers? It looks like you're working it out by actually saying something. But I think you waited until you couldn't take it anymore, and you're carrying this burden inside of you until you just had to let it out, what's been bothering you. And there you are, Cancer, right there, the Queen of Cups, male or female. Okay, so up here in your highest energy, I have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, see, this has been going through your mind. When you spend time alone, these thoughts, they're almost torturous. It's thoughts of truth and clarity. It's like, what is the truth and clarity here? Do they really have a sincere cup of love for me? Why won't they commit to me? Why can't we move to the next level in this relationship? Yeah, it wears on you and it becomes a heavy burden, but you're going to let this burden go as soon as you speak up, this Page of Wands here. I have the Queen of Cups next to the Nine of Swords. This is you, Cancer. This is Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, but it's up in your highest energy. This is you, and it's your reading. So male or female, this is the only cup in the deck that has a lid on it. There's little windows all around that lid. You have questions about the love. That's what it is. You're wondering, like, do they love you? Because if they love you, you feel like they should be coming forth with advancing this relationship. And you have questions. That cup is full of answers. You're trying to peek in those windows to get the answers. So it's really on your mind. It's an emotional card. There's water all around your feet. And it is about love. So you're questioning the love in this relationship. It's right next to the Justice card. Remember over here at the Page of Swords, you got your sword up and you're just kind of paying a hyper attention to everything because you're becoming on guard, alert, high alert about this relationship now, because this Pentacle is not coming forth, this groundedness, this commitment. Well, your sword is up here, self-protection mode, and you're trying to keep your scales balanced. So this has been throwing your scales off balance as far as you feel like the relationship is out of balance. This is self-justice. This is the card for Libra. So Libra might be strong in your chart, might be strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. But this is why you're studying the love here and trying to get your answers. It's self-protection. You don't want to be in a relationship where there isn't the equal exchange of love. And then under the Nine of Swords, all being up in your head, you feel like you're being breadcrumbed in this relationship. There's all these pentacles floating around, but they're not doing anything, throwing your scales off balance, and they're just kind of feeding this relationship breadcrumbs. You have a lot to talk about. This is next to the Page of Wands. Becoming a burden, just thinking about it. You feel like this relationship is toxic. Well, it's getting toxic because of the way you feel. That's what's making it toxic. And their actions of not moving forward in this relationship, just kind of feeding it just enough to try to keep it going. You know what I mean? I have the Two of Pentacles, causing confusion. It's like one day you're like, well, maybe there's hope for us for a future, and the next day there's no hope at all. And you're like, I don't even think this is going to work. And the next day, yeah, you know, I really kind of feel the hope. These ships are bouncing along on the waters, very turbulent. This is like being on a roller coaster ride in this relationship, and that's why you're questioning the love. And with them feeding it peanuts, breadcrumbs, whatever you want to call it, it's very confusing. So you're becoming on guard. You are getting into this mode of blocking this energy because it's not moving forward. It's because of the Pentacles. It's because of the breadcrumbing. You have a lot to talk about here. But success surrounds your entire reading. This is all going to work out, okay? But things need to happen for it to work out. So you're blocking because of the confusion. And you're trying to protect yourself here. You're trying to keep the hurt away. You're trying to keep the playing. You feel like they might be playing you. You're trying to keep that part of this away from you and seeking the answers. Right under this Six of Pentacles and next to this new life cycle that is coming in for you is the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords, you're feeling like maybe they have somebody else. And I have two cards. You might be suspecting that there's somebody else in their life. The Three of Swords. But regardless on whether there's somebody else in their life or not, it's causing you pain. This being breadcrumbed in this relationship is hurting your heart. It's hurting your heart with that Nine of Swords up there. So the Queen of Swords is next to the Three of Swords. This is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. We do have Libra here as a Justice card. So we have two for Libra. But this is about male or female seeking the truth. So you're reaching out here like with the Page of Wands. You're speaking up and you let it brew. You let it brew for a while. But it is coming out, and you're going to ask for their truth, and you're going to speak your truth with your sword up, with your guard up. It's all to protect yourself. It's all because you need to know. You can't live in this energy the way it is anymore. And the Queen has her hand out right towards the King of Wands. This is fire energy, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that might be strong in your chart or around this reading. I feel like they want to move forward with you. I feel like the King of Wands, male or female, they're holding a staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. I think that they understand where you're coming from, and they want to keep trying. They want to do better. And that's why the Six of Wands is surrounding the entire reading. I really don't think there's a third party. I think it's just the way they act. I think it's just their actions. If there is a third party, it's somebody who's influencing them. Maybe a friend or a mother or somebody who is like giving them advice or pulling them away from this relationship in some manner. So anyway, they're going to try better. And they're holding that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings, just like you are here at the Page of Wands. And they want to move forward with you. I'm taking out another card, the Lovers. Hey, you know what? This is the card for Gemini, by the way. So Gemini is an air sign. So we have two for Gemini and two for Libra. But this is a divine soulmate relationship. You've been lovers in another life. That's the connection between the two of you, and that is a strong connection. So, with the Lovers, your guardian angels and spirit guides are trying to help pull you together because it feels like it's kind of breaking apart. But this clarity through conversation, the communication is the key here in moving into a new life cycle with this person, and you're going to have success. You're going to be able to get the things that you need out of this relationship once you have this conversation. They're just dense, and they just don't get it until after this conversation. That's the way it is here in this reading. So Cancer, this is your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance.